Signs and symptoms of mold exposure. Mold can cause serious diseases if it is present in your house or office, and if you are at risk for mold-associated illnesses. In continuance, we are going to present you with 7 signs that you should search for. It is more likely for mold to appear in areas where there is a lot of rain and humidity, as wetness represents an incredible growing environment for mold. 7 signs of a mold disease. The EPA, that is, the Environmental Protection Agency, recommends that you dry any wet locations within 24 to 48 hours in order to prevent the development of mold. In addition to disease, mold can likewise damage the surface that it grows on as it weakens it, and it can decompose if it was in a landfill, left exposed to the elements. This refers to flooring, walls, furniture, ceilings, and so on. When it comes to your body, mold spores are most often breathed in. Mold grows by releasing spores. These are very small and cannot be noticed with the naked eye, therefore we unfortunately inhale them into our lungs. We can also get into contact with mold through our skin. For instance, you can touch a surface area that has mold present on it, but cannot be noticed, and then afterwards touch your face or an open sore, and thus the mold gets into your body. After it enters the body, mold can trigger health issues and can seem like an illness. Pain in the muscles not caused by stress. If you experience pains in the muscles that you cannot explain, and that aren't actually caused by a tiresome activity, is one indicator of a mold disease. The pain in the muscles can be present anywhere in the body. Muscle cramps and sharp, extreme pinprick pains have in fact likewise been reported when people get into contact with mold. Tingling, numbness, or twitching. The feeling of pins and needles when your hand goes to sleep after you have in fact placed it in an odd position is the tingling feeling that people experiencing a mold disease have noted. Feeling depressed. Researchers who study diseases associated with mold found that houses that are damp can likewise impact the people who live in them, as well as their mood. They discovered a certain link between dampness in the house, mold, and depression signs. The connection between mental diseases and not so ideal living conditions isn't unexpected. Psychological stress is commonly occurring when you have little control over the environment in your house and have a bad quality of the air inside your home that can affect your health. Try controlling the stress levels by reducing the sources of dampness in your house, adding some house plants in order to purify the air, as well as running a fan in order to have the air circulating. Gastrointestinal problems. Diarrhea, queasiness, abdominal pains, as well as lack of appetite are only several of the gastrointestinal symptoms of a mold illness. Even though these symptoms can cause you to start consuming less and thus lower weight, weight gain is in fact a possible indicator of a mold health issue. Breathing problems. Some of the most frequently reported indicators of a mold diseases are breathing difficulties. In a current evaluation of mold and medical illnesses, scientists managed to state several of the breathing diseases that are connected with exposure to mold, some of which are allergic rhinitis, asthma, allergic bronchopulmonary, sinusitis aspergillosis, as well as hypersensitivity pneumonitis. If you are unable to take deep breaths, you have a hard time getting air, you wheeze, cough, or have sinus problems, it is quite probable that you are suffering from a mold illness. You should consult a doctor if you are worried about potential mold exposure. Headaches and sensitive eyes. Irritation, soreness in the eyes, or blurred vision can be connected with mold illnesses. There are people who have a sensitivity to mold as an irritant, which stimulates their immune system to start working more in cases when they are being exposed to it. If your symptoms are similar to the ones of seasonal allergies or hay fever and are followed by a headache and other symptoms of a mold illness, seek medical attention and explain your problems to your doctor. Less common signs of a mold disease. Some of the more uncommon symptoms or indicators of a mold health issue are the need to urinate more frequently as you are drinking more, excessive thirst, gaining weight, shaking, a metallic taste in the mouth, or lightheadedness. In order to prevent mold, you should first fix all water leaks in your home. If there has in fact been a water source in your house and you are cleaning up, you can use the ventilation from an exhaust fan, a regular circulating fan, or open a window, thus letting a breeze in and helping dry and aerate the area. Make sure that you clean areas that are more susceptible to mold more often, for example the areas around the shower, in order to prevent it from reappearing. The cleaning method that you normally implement is enough to clean the mold. You can put a fabric over your mouth and nose when cleaning a mold area in order to make sure that you are not exposed to more of the things that are bad for your health than you need to be. In case there has been a considerable water damage to your home, mold should be removed by a remediation specialist who can aid with the cleaning up of the house. Porous materials such as carpet or fabric should be thrown away if they aren't able to be cleaned.